Welcome to the social space. Yay, everybody clap, everybody clap. The applause sign is going off. I'm Chris, that's Teresa, there's Katie. This is Brian, and we'll get to talking to him in just a second, but we got to take care of some business first. A little bit of business. We need to thank our sponsors. We have some fantastic sponsors here in the social space every single week. We send a shout out to them because they're amazing. So we have to thank our friends at Falls for 4 Stars Auto Ranch, Falls Truck Center, News Channel 6, and Town Square Media. There are 4 big groupies that hang out. There are fan guys and gals, and they love us.
And they make this possible.
They make it all possible. Because without them, none of us would get paid.
Well, I'm getting paid anyways, but
You get paid by the city. Okay.
I'm retired. I don't get paid.
Well, this is just, it just kind of comes with
Gives you
my
something
job.
to
Really, it's
do.
just me.
It's just Katie. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Katie. I'm so sorry about that. All right, so today we are talking about kind of one of those topics that we really hate talking about. However, we need to, and we're going to get started with that in a second. But Brian, I want you to tell everybody, this is Brian, Officer Brian Arias. I want you to tell everybody who you are and what you do for the police department.
well, I'm Officer Brian Arias with the Wichita Falls Police Department. Been there for almost going on 10 years now, so just shy of a decade. My time in, I spent about 7.5 years on day and night patrol. I spent a short stint in misdemeanor detectives, and then I was assigned to Community Service Division as the Crime Stoppers Coordinator and other things they need me to do within the community.
Sure. And before you go, I want to say thank you so much because police officers have gotten a tough rap in the last 5 years or so, and
Yes.
it has not been easy to stay as a police officer. A lot of people have walked away from it, but you've stayed on your deck. You've done your decade, and all your fellow officers. Just thank you so much for everything that you do, because you run to gunfire, and most of us run away from it very quickly. You guys are trained and have the mindset to go to it and protect people. So thank you for
No,
that.
thank you for
I
having me.
appreciate
It's a great
it.
honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
You may ask a question.
Well, before we dive into the specifics of what we're going to talk about today, can you just give us some generalities about active shooters in businesses, schools, and what we really need to be paying attention to?
Well, surprisingly, what we see on social media and news is a lot of school-related type active shooter events.
Right.
But surprisingly, over 50% of active shooter events actually occur within some type of commerce. So a business, and about 58% of the active shooters that partake in that stuff did not have any affiliation with people in that area. So it wasn't like a person going in someplace to find somebody. They just, what we call them, they're called soft targets. They went there to do as much damage as quick as possible. And roughly between 2000 to 2021, there's been about 494 different types of events. We start to call them attempted mass murder events because not every event is a shooting event. It can be knife or some type of vehicle involved.
Is that number in this area or?
That's throughout the whole country.
Oh, country. Okay,
Yes.
good. All right.
Yes.
Makes that a little bit better.
Yes, it does. We can sleep a little bit easier, but we actually have had an active shooter event here in Wichita Falls many moons ago, or a lot of us would call it the Hastings shooting. I was not here, that was before my time, but we all know about it and we all remember it. And it actually gets mentioned in our CRAZE class, which is Civilian Response to Active Shooter Events.
I was in Buffalo Wild Wings and we could not leave. We had to stay there until past midnight.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you just mentioned a program that is called CRAZE. Could you tell us in detail what that is and maybe why it's important and how people can learn about it on their own if they need to?
Well, it's our way for the police department or some type of certified law enforcement instructor to give back to the community, because in law enforcement, we are trained specifically to handle active shooter events. So we train for this yearly. We work with fire department, ambulance services to coordinate so everything can run as smoothly as possible given if something like that occurs. So it's our way to educate the community with up-to-date stuff, up-to-date information, and how to respond prior to our arrival.
And it's tough, I think, that we have to have these classes. That
Absolutely.
may be the kind of black eye on society that they leave is that we've got to learn to be prepared. You do, tell me about the organization. You do this for it's a lot of different organizations, is it not?
Yes, we will do it for anybody that reaches out to us. I mean, of course, we guarantee that if you can give us the time, it takes about an hour and a half to get through the whole class because we love to answer questions.
Right.
We like to tell war stories every once in a while, 'cause some of us do have them. But we dabble into every details. We show good examples of what can go wrong or how to handle situations. But whoever wants us, whether it's school, business, family organizations, I mean, we're willing to do it.
I've been through that. Before I retired from my job, I did that for the staff before I left, and I look at going into a store, or I was telling you about going to the movie, I look at that totally different now.
Good.
Like, where's the exit? Where would I duck? You know, what would I do? Yeah.
And it's a sad top deal to
It
think
is.
about, but it's something that everyone needs to understand because it can happen. So we'd rather people be prepared and know what to do, and possibly in saving their lives and many other people's lives.
Amen.
It's amazing. All right, stay with us, everybody. When we come back, we're going to talk more about this and how you can get your group involved if you'd like to do that. Brian is also the police department liaison for Crime Stoppers Wichita Falls, and there's a big event coming up next Friday, or this Friday actually it would be. So we're going to talk about what that is and how you can help Crime Stoppers raise money. So stay with us. We'll be right back in.
New arrivals coming in every week at 4 Stars Auto Ranch. You get more for your trade and award-winning satisfaction from 4 Stars Auto Ranch.
Experience commitment here at 4 Stars Auto.
Medicare can be confusing. That's why it's important to have a locally born and raised expert to help you understand all your options. I'm Colby Bustacco, and I'm ready to serve you. Medicare changes every year, and that's why it's important to review the changes annually. I understand that everyone's needs are different. That's why I work hard to tailor a plan specifically for you, your family, and your lifestyle. That's the Bustacco way, more personal, more thoughtful, and more trusted.
This is a problem. That grind, that click, that constant leak. Whatever it is, you heard it last year, and you probably put it on your to-do list. Ah, the famous to-do list. Well, that list gets long, and so do the days. But your AC still needs a tune-up. You could wait for that first triple-digit degree day.
We're talking about consecutive days of triple-digit heat.
Or you could call
James Lane Air Conditioning and Plumbing. This is Laura.
Hey Laura, good to see you again. We don't like 102-degree weather, but we're climbing the ladder. We don't prefer hanging out in the crawl space, but we're down there chasing the lead. And we don't like when your AC has problems, but we like to fix them. James Lane Air Conditioning and Plumbing.
4 incredible radio stations. That's who we are. We are Town Square Media, and we bring the best of radio to the North Texas area. Wake up early with News Talk 1290. That's us. How about Kelly Raspberry on 92.9 NIN? Yep, that's us. Bringing you the best of country with 102.3 The Bull. That's us. And rocking it all day long with 106.3 The Buzz. That's us. We are Town Square Media, and we're proud to be a sponsor of the Social Space.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Social Space. I'm Chris. That's Teresa. That's Katie. This is Brian. And we're talking today about active shooting. Active shooters, the situation, your mindset. You know, we're in a society right now where it's not uncommon, unfortunately. And so the more prepared we are, the better chance we have to save ourselves or save somebody else. So Officer Arias, I want to start with you this time because if it happens to be that I'm somewhere in a restaurant or at a movie or wherever, and something happens, what should I do? What mindset should I be in when I go in and be prepared in case something does happen? How do I do it?
I always tell people be warrior mindset. As an officer, we have a warrior mentality, but also to put down your phone, observe your surroundings. Always just walk in, literally just scan the area you're in, whether it's a restaurant, a home, a business. You've probably been to Walmart a million times. You know where the exits are. It's knowing your exits, knowing where you can go or possibly help people get out. I always tell people, you got to put down your phone. You just got to look up every once in a while, because I'm guilty of it. We all are guilty of it. We all like to be on our phones every once in a while. But again, put down your phone and just observe. Sometimes you can see someone that may be a little off. Or again, you may be like, well, there's an exit there that I didn't realize was there. Now it's locked into your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, and so I'm the grandmother sitting here and have grandchildren in school. And so talk about what conversations that parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles should be having with kids about if that unfortunate situation would happen.
Yes, and this is a very tough question, because for people that have kids, whether grandparents or they actually have children in school, with recent events that we saw in the media, unfortunately, like Uvalde, there was a lot of faith lost in officers. Officers are human. Don't judge us all for that. Mm-hmm. They will be dealt with in a certain way. But when it comes to those type of events, tell your kids, if anything like that goes off, remember ADD, avoid, deny, defend. Avoid means if they can get out and exit, get out and exit, whether it be a window, break out the window and go. I promise you, it will pay off. Get others out there. Hopefully the teachers will help out as well. Deny, as in deny access. If they cannot leave, do everything they can to be out of sight, out of mind. Lock the doors, turn off the lights, barricade the door, stay out of sight. Because again, an active shooter isn't going to waste a lot of time. They're trying to inflict as much damage as quick as possible. And then in the event of defend, it pretty much states itself. Fight for your life. And I know it's hard to teach that to a 5-year-old.
Right.
Kid or teenagers can get it a little bit more, or high schoolers will get it. But again, it's tough. For parents, kids are calling you screaming, saying, I need help. Please, please, please let us do our job as officers. And I know that's hard. You're giving over the most precious thing to somebody you don't know. But please understand, we will get the job done.
And so talk about a little bit, again, you've mentioned parents, and please stay out of the, be concerned, let us do our job. We're going to protect your babies. But then how serious should the parents be involved with listening to the communication from the schools? Because schools locked down. We've had that in Wichita Falls and surrounding areas. And so advice for parents when that happens.
Well, take every situation as a serious situation until you know different. If something pops up on your phone or you get a phone call, you have a right as a parent to reach out and figure out what is going on. Even if it comes to yourself dialing 911 and going, hey, I'm getting this, is there something happening? We can give that information out. We're not going to try to hold it close to the chest.
Okay.
So please, you can reach out to 911, of course, to the school itself. They may be bogged down, or if something like that pops up, you can possibly send a text message to kids, because a lot of them still carry their phones in school.
Whether they're supposed to or not. Yeah.
Correct, and hopefully they use it when their time is proper. But again, they will let you know, and everyone will know as quick as possible, because we, on our side, not just WFISD, but police officer side, will let everyone know as well.
Awesome. So if the community and anyone watching this today wanted to get more educated about this, what are the resources local to us that they could go to?
Our Wichita Falls Police Department. Myself and Officer Danette Sheehan and Officer Steve Ginger, they're my partners. We are all instructor certified to teach this craze class. And again, it's the most up-to-date information you can get right now. And it's continually updating every year, because new events happen, new procedures come out. But we are here to educate the public in everything, whether it's a group of 5 to a group of 100, we're here. Just give us the time, let us listen. You can ask the hard questions and we'll tell you the hard truth. But again, you will be up to date on everything we know.
So civic groups or clubs or, card groups or,
Yes, please. We are willing there.
wine clubs.
Yeah. Just your golfing buddies on the weekend. If you're all curious by nature, please reach out because, again, if time permits, we will set something up. And, again, we want people to know. So in the event, God forbid, something like this does happen,
Right.
people know how to react and people know what to expect.
All right, topic change. You mentioned golf buddies, so it's a perfect transition into Crime Stoppers, one of the biggest fundraisers of the year. And in transparency, Teresa's on the board, so am I. And
Yay,
he's our
Crime
coordinator.
Stoppers.
Yay, Crime Stoppers.
Yeah.
But there is an event coming up this weekend, or this Friday,
Yeah, the
at Weeks
16th.
Park on the 16th. It's the 17th annual Wichita Falls Crime Stoppers Golf Scramble, and we need teams. We need golfers to come out. So what can you tell us about it?
Well, it's our yearly golf tournament. I love golf. A lot of people love golf, but we're asking you to come out, and it helps keep supporting Crime Stoppers in Wichita Falls. Helps our day-to-day operations, as well as supporting our Safe School program, which allows myself and other officers to go into schools to talk about any situation like active shooters or vaping, fentanyl use, anything they want. We're there to help, and we're there to help them as much as possible. So again, with your donations, participating in this, we can continue to survive.
And the tips are not paid by the citizens of Wichita Falls or the police department. The tips are paid out of money that we raise for
Yes.
Crime Stoppers. And then if you don't play golf, but you want to give on September the 7th on Texoma Gives, go on texomagives.org and you can give to Crime Stoppers again and again.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll have to talk about Texoma Gifts sometimes with you.
Yeah.
You know a little bit about it, don't you?
I'm the grandmother
Yes, you are.
of
Of Texoma Gifts.
Of Texoma
And
Gifts.
some lovely children as well.
yes.
Who are lucky. All right, Brian, thank you so much.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate you being here. Don't go away, everybody. We got some cool city stuff we want to talk about when we come back. Stay with us. Yay, everybody clap.
Thank you.
Yay.
It's been said that you can save enough energy to power a TV for an entire day by recycling just one aluminum can. We're just doing our part. With 2 generations of experience, this is what we do. We make sure your waste material is recycled the right way. We start the day early and only quit when the job is done. Bring us your old batteries, that junk car, and yeah, even that old washer and dryer. We are the leaders in scrap metal recycling. We are Bell Processing.
Welcome back to the city space. Oh, yay, Wichita Falls downtown, the beautiful star on the building. I don't know which building that is, but beautiful star on the building. I just love that logo. It really
great.
makes me happy.
It's great.
Okay, so let's talk about 4th of July.
Love 4th of July.
It is coming, hot dogs and cookouts
Watermelon.
and watermelon
The
and the
pinnacle of
pool.
summer. for
It's
sure.
what?
The pinnacle of summer.
Pinnacle, it is. It is,
Yeah.
and it's normally hotter than a firecracker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally.
Oh, absolutely.
So what's your favorite part of 4th of July?
Fireworks.
You like fireworks?
Fireworks.
Katie?
Yeah, I'd have to say the same.
Fireworks. We
and,
love the
and
fireworks.
the patriotism.
It is. It makes
And-
it's
yeah.
warm. It makes you feel Good inside.
And grateful for Shepherd Air Force Base
Yes.
and
a lot
the
of people
city.
are
Yes.
getting outside too, is what I noticed.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to celebrate like backyard parties, the park, you know. So
And
that's
on
nice.
that note, you said you like the fireworks too.
Yes.
It's illegal to fire off fireworks inside the city limits. All right.
Yeah.
So let's all just remember that, because it can get you in trouble. But there's a lot of reasons. It's because there's homes, there's dogs, there's there's a lot of people who don't like fireworks.
The fire,
and
firemen.
fires. Yes,
Yeah.
fire is a big danger. So, safe bet, don't shoot off the fireworks at your house. Come down to the MPAC at Festival Park on the 4th of July, starting at 5 o'clock. They'll open the gates, and it's going to be an evening full of wonderful American awesomeness. There'll be a flyover right after that 5 o'clock. Well, it won't be right after the 5 o'clock, but in between 5 and 6, there's a flyover, and then we'll do some patriotic stuff, and then Malford Milligan's going to perform. Love to hear him sing. We had his wife on this show like a month ago or 2 months ago. And then after him is Gary P. Nunn is going to be there. Longtime, great Texas country singer-songwriter. He's performed with all the big ones. He's written a bunch of songs for Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings and all those guys. And so he ought to be a lot of fun as well as we go into the evening. And then around 10 o'clock, a little after 10, we will light the fuse and shoot off fireworks and celebrate the nation's birthday. And it's all city and Shepherd come together for Fourth in the Falls Freedom Fest. It's the two names combined, but it is absolutely fantastic. We are so excited about it. And it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So food trucks, games, activities. There's vendors all up and down Festival Park. There is a lot of food trucks, but be prepared to stand in line because there's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people that come out. And last year, it was packed last year. By the time we shut off fireworks, it was wall to wall, fence to fence, border to border, however you want, river to K. Yeager, full of people.
So Festival Park is behind K. Yeager.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
So if you go where the MPAC and K are kind of L out right there,
yeah.
there's a big open green space back there, and it is pretty good. It's kind of like if you're familiar with Hot and Hell, it's where the Finish Line Village is.
Okay. Yeah.
It's right there. So plenty of parking. Will the hotel be open by then? Probably not. It'll probably be pretty close. The new hotel and conference center will be pretty close to being open. But again, parking all over the MPAC. And there'll be trolleys, and they'll get you from parking to the festival park for it. And I'm just excited about it. It's always fun. It's super cool. I love that crowd. Everybody is just in a great mood, and it's a great way not only to celebrate our country, but to be with your fellow Wichitans and fellow Texomans and really just share in the fact that we're all citizens of this great country.
And how fortunate we are to be citizens of this great country.
The freedom. We celebrate that freedom. I love it.
And
It's
more
so
on
cool.
the event too. It's open invite.
Yep.
It's no ticket price
It is
or anything
absolutely
like
free.
that.
Come
Awesome.
on. Just
Okay.
come on.
Let's go.
Bring some money. No coolers. Don't bring the outside food or drink in because it's going to be there. So, and they'll enforce that. They really don't want the coolers because they're just bulky. They get in the way.
Right.
Less people here, there.
Could
it's
be
just,
like mistaken for somebody
exactly,
else's.
exactly.
Yeah.
And bring your lawn chair. Bring something to sit on, or a blanket, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to sit on, bring it because it's grass. You're sitting on grass. And it's going to be lovely. I'm fired up. The more I talk about it, the more I'm just like, I want it to be tomorrow. I want to light the fuse and watch it go.
Yeah.
It'll be amazing.
Sounds awesome.
It will be. I'm very excited. Thank you, Shepherd Air Force Base, for your help with this.
Yes.
As we celebrate you as well. What a great.
And thank you, Wichita Falls, the city of Wichita Falls. for
You're
doing
welcome. On behalf of the city, you're welcome. All of you. Thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
And thank you for being here. And I'm not pointing at Karsten behind the camera. I'm pointing at you watching at home. But Karsten is behind the camera. So thanks, Karsten. He's nodding. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. Yay!
Yeah, so I'm a finalist for the Remodeler's Advantage Impact Award. Do I deserve it? Well, deserve is a strong word. Yes.
Axis Construction, how can I help you? I'm sorry, he's currently in a meeting right now. Can I take a message?
Yeah, we've got a great team. I love everybody here. I like to give them freedom to do their best work and space. I like to encourage and support them so that they can do everything that they want to do.
Working with Jeremy has been, you want me to say a word or just, he's creative, tall, courageous, and bold. Jeremy is ambitious, a very tall leader. What's that say?
This is like kind of out of my comfort zone. Y'all probably didn't catch any of this.
We're rolling.
Oh.
I can't read that one.
Yeah, I'm humble. I'm like the most humble guy I know. Anybody wants to argue with me, they're wrong.
Humble.
He's a thoughtful boss, lets us get our work done, gives us our space, little distractions.
Johnny, that really hurt.
To get the best work done in a day, I need complete silence and no distractions. And sometimes that could be difficult working around Jeremy. Other than that, I love it.
Yeah. RA, on a serious note, thank you so much for nominating me as an Impact Award finalist. To my friends at Velocity, you challenge and encourage me, and I appreciate you more than you know. And to our team at Axis Construction, you inspire me to be better every day. Thank you.